it had happened to me, I would have emotionally wanted those people dead. But knowing what I know about our system, and I can only speak firsthand to the system in Texas, and I can tell you that it's a bad system. It's not fair. It's not right. And I always give this example when I'm speaking somewhere. When you talk about fairness in executions, if somebody commits this kind of murder, they ought to, the same people who commit it ought to get the same sentence, whether it's life or death or 50 years in prison or whatever, if they commit that same crime with the same circumstances in all 254 counties of our state. But that's not the way it is. You can commit the same murder in Harris County and you'll probably get charged with capital murder and may or may not face the death penalty. You may commit that same crime in Burleson County, for instance, or another small jurisdiction in Texas, and because they don't have the money to pay for lawyers and experts and trials and everything that goes along with capital murder trials, they may not charge him with capital murder, or they may not seek the death penalty, and the reason being not that the facts of the case does not deserve the death penalty. It may just be because of financial reasons, which is not right. That's wrong. And I think it's obvious, studies have shown that white people who have money and can afford lawyers don't get the death penalty. That's wrong too. So the system in Texas is flawed, and it needs to be totally gone. We don't need a death sentence in Texas. We have the life without parole, and it's cheaper, it's quicker, it's easier, and it serves the purpose. And I'm assuming that the purpose is to get this bad, horrible person off the street so that he doesn't hurt my loved one or my family or me. And that is accomplished by putting a person in prison for the rest of their life. We don't have to strap them to a gurney and inject them with a drug concoction that even the veterinarians wouldn't use for their dogs. So I think that for that reason, we ought to do away with it. Here in Houston, over the last several weeks, I've noticed that there have been several editorials in our newspaper here saying just that we need to do away with the death penalty in Texas because it is flawed and we don't need it, and we don't need to be killing people because they kill people. How is it okay for us to kill and not okay for them to kill? Other than one reason, and that's revenge. And that's not a good enough reason for me to want to kill somebody else.